All right. All right. Here we are at it again. I am live. So let's make some announcements because, you already know how I do. I don't let people know I'm live, but maybe we'll see if some people roll in. And if they do, I'll say this, and I don't mind saying it again. But welcome to the Creator Spotlight Volume 7. And I got a special creator here that I definitely want to cover. I've actually taken notes. So let's see if we can get some heads in here, get some folks in here, and we will talk about it. Keith S. in the building. Keith, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me coming in loud and clear. I have my microphone hooked up to my phone. I'm working on location, so I don't have my whole camera set up. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, Keith in the building, mod first on the scene. Oh man, so while some people come in, man, like today was crazy with all the lives. There's a lot of live streams today. There was why am I drawing a blank? Stan and Luke, then Spencer and Constantinos. I am in Nebraska. I'm working on location in Nebraska. You never really know where I'm gonna end up because I am all over the place. So they got me out here getting this money. So I've already had a 13-hour work day, and I'm here before I hit the gym and hit the sack. I realized that I did not do the creator spotlight on Friday because I was traveling. And oh yeah, Dugras did his live too because I was there as well. I think you were at all of them with me. I was traveling all day Friday. Like I'd started very early and ended late. And all of a sudden it was just like, it didn't hit me until today when I was at work that I didn't do the creator spotlights. The first time I've missed a Friday in 7 Fridays. So that's why I'm doing this now. And you already know how I do. I just come on, no announcement, get some bodies in, and then we start talking. So for this creator spotlight, right? Because I'm gonna get started. This looks like I got 7 people in. So for this creator spotlight, I will be spotlighting Darnell from Water Your Soil. Mr. Money Minutes, when's your next Lufthansa redemption? I don't know. I'm gonna do a redemption on them again, and I'll do it through Air Canada because the experience was just it was crazy. It was nuts, and it's a fantastic product, and I will be flying them again. Mark my words. But I don't know yet because I just did the Qatar Q Suites redemption, but that's a whole other thing for a whole other day. But back to the creator spotlight. Our creator spotlight is from Darnell of Water Your Soil. He is in the credit card space, and the thing is that he has almost 7,400 subscribers. Real humble guy, cool guy, putting out constant content, relevant content. He puts out great content, and he really focuses on helping people build their credit. He focuses on helping people with secure credit cards, credit applications. He has a myriad of videos on his channel. He has over 400 of them, and he just recently got into the live space. Now, I've spoken to Darnell on a few occasions. Every time I come through, he shows love. He definitely supports those who support him. And I just feel like with these creator spotlights, I definitely want to spotlight him because he's a name that you don't hear very often. You know what I mean? And he's very familiar with Sledge, the Sledge Inc. team. I check out Darnell's stuff whenever I get a chance, and that's Water Your Soil. This guy is an author and actually has a book on Amazon. And in addition to that, he does credit coaching and counseling on wateryoursoil.com, his own website. I mean, you don't really get much more official than that. So he's an official content creator, does everything from the Amex Platinum all the way down to the Discover Secured card. So he's a great guy. I've spoken to him, and I want to make sure that in this credit card community that we have, when I spotlight people, it's just so that we don't keep hearing the same channel names over and over again. In this community, you only hear about 3 or 4 people. You know what I mean? There's the big ones, the middles, and then amongst the small ones, they pick 2 or 3, and it's just like, oh, I'll only mention this channel if they have enough subscribers to get me noticed by mentioning this channel. So I really trying to put a stop to that because it's absolutely unnecessary. So that's another reason I want to spotlight Darnell. He has a great channel. Keith, if you could do me a favor as my mod, can you please drop the Water Your Soil link in the chat so anybody who hasn't commented can go check out his channel. So now also, because like I said, I took notes. He's been doing it over 3 years, and he's just a good guy, man. He is definitely somebody who is worth spotlighting. And then in addition to that, he also, I think he may be at the Creator Meetup this year down in New Orleans. So, I mean, if you're looking forward to, after watching some of his videos, if you're looking forward to meeting him and seeing him in person, that would be a great way to do it. So let's see here. Keith S. says, I keep seeing good business at first class to Frankfurt at T10 as a layover for first class to other locations. At T10? The business and first class redemptions that you're seeing, is that with on which planes are those? Because I know I think they have a new business class on the 747s. If you can get a 747 over to Frankfurt, I know mostly it's going to be coming out of New York. I can only find the 777, but yeah, let me know about that. Let me see here. Let's go. I'm gonna try to grab some people out of the Discord. Chat's kind of quiet lately. Where is it? There it is. Let's see here. JFK was really? JFK with a 747 Intercontinental. I have not been able to find one of those, or else I'd have took Lufthansa out of JFK a long time ago just to see, you know, how the flight works out. Because that first class, even though how the first class is structured, just the experience of flying on a 4-engine plane, in addition to, you know, there's a little lack of privacy, how they just have the little curtain thing, but it's just seeing the hard product and experiencing the soft product that I did when I did Lufthansa business. I would definitely try it. If you could get that, I say do it. The Frankfurt airport, it's pretty big, but it's really very well laid out. And they have all sorts of things. Even if you're traveling with families, they have a game center for the kids. And it's not even something that somebody charges for. It's free. And it's very efficiently laid out. It's extremely German. And then on top of that, there is hotels like right across the street. So yes, to Frankfurt to Tokyo, only 2 Really? That's around the whole world. Are you on the 747 the whole time? If you're on the 747 on both jumps, that's crazy. Because their 787 Dreamliner business class product, top tier. Absolutely top tier. I would suggest it to anybody. Here we go. Key Adventures in the building. Love the Lime Street Saturday movement. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, Key? Yes, we are. And I'm happy to see you here. What I've been going over is me and Keith have been having a conversation. And in addition to that, this is a Creator Spotlight Volume 7 for a channel called Water Your Soil. His link is in the chat. And I was just outlining some of his accomplishments. He has over 400 videos over the course of 3 years. Almost 7,400 subscribers, putting out solid content, but you just never hear his name enough. You don't hear it out loud, you don't hear it enough, and he's a solid content creator. He really is. And like I said, like I prove it. I actually legit take notes. I said to him last week, he did great. Yeah, now he's into live space as well. So definitely I was talking with Keith here and the rest of the attendees of the live about how you only hear the same 4 or 5 names in the credit card community Whereas there are some solid people out here doing solid work, and I want to make sure they get their just dues and they get their recognition. That's why even with these creator spotlights, I haven't spotlighted people in some cases, channels that people expected me to spotlight or thought I would do so in the very beginning. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, he gets it. I hope he gets to see this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to link his stuff in the description as well, because I do all of that after the fact. But let's see here. Keith S. JFK on Airbus to Frankfurt, then Boeing to Tokyo, first class. I've been looking, only one seat. That is crazy. So the Airbus from JFK to Frankfurt, is that a 380? Because I want to fly that one too. Plus the 747 to Tokyo. Do you need more than one seat? If you do, that sucks. If not, I say do it. Do it, and do it fast, because like when I found that Qatar Q Suites booking, literally I was scrambling to scrounge up all my points just to get it, regardless of what I thought may or may not happen. Podcast, dog spit it out. I don't understand what that means. But oh, okay. But yeah, so definitely do that. If you only need one seat, jump all over it. Is he more of a credit guy than a credit card guy? Actually, he's been mixing it up, because his book and his website focus on credit counseling, but he has done a lot of videos actually outlining the application process for different credit cards, and he has focused a lot of videos on specific credit cards like the American Express Platinum, and like I said, from the American Express Platinum all the way down to Discover Secured. Definitely you wanna you wanna check his stuff out, because also he has a whole playlist of videos tailored to be credit for beginners, and even people rebuilding their credit. He has a great mix of videos. I would say still check him out. Even though you're more of a credit card person, I'm sure that your credit is already established. It's worth seeing his take on things, because he gets pretty detailed in some of the videos, especially dealing with certain credit cards that he likes. He's done quite a few videos on, I'm trying to pull it up here on my computer. He's done quite a few videos on the Amex Platinum, and his Discover Secure videos do well. Let me pull him up here, just so I'm making sure that I give you guys the accurate information. Water your soil. And here. What kind of mic is this? This is the Rode Wireless Go 2. So it's a wireless mic that come with dead cats, and there's accessories that you can use, and then it hooks into this unit here. So then you hook that into your source, and you have a wireless mic, and you can move about and use this. I got it from Best Buy. I used to have a lavalier mic, I don't remember the brand, but it was a $50 mic, and it did well for like a year, and then it stopped working. But yeah, he has videos about his journey with credit, his specific journey with credit, how to increase your FICO score. He also has Amex card reviews, ranging the gamut of Amex cards. So you can definitely, he's got some things here for credit card people. And he has some travel reviews, like how my channel is. I just got a mix of stuff. So he has some lounge and travel reviews, so you can definitely check him out. But yeah, I just wanted to outline Darnell. Great guy, great channel. And, you know, I just want people to know his name. So let's see here. We still got 14 people in here. It's only 15 minutes. You know, I don't try to like take up a ton of you guys' time with the creator spotlights, but I also will answer questions as well since the spotlight is through. So let's see here. What else do we have? I'll pull this up. All right, so let's see. I can fly from JFK for, I need you to give me the rest of it. Let's see here. While you do that, I'm gonna pull this up. Yeah, let me know what you can get, what kind of deal you can get for that Lufthansa first class. So would it be a mix of classes, business to Frankfurt and then first to Tokyo? As a matter of fact, I think you may have said it. Okay, yeah, from JFK to Frankfurt, is it gonna be business or is it gonna be first class all the way through? I'm interested in knowing that part. Because if you can do it with both, and you can try both products, both first class products on both planes, I would definitely like to see that. All right, let's see here. I can fly from JFK to Tokyo nonstop on ANA for 47,000 with Virgin miles on business one way. The suite, oh, yo, the suite. So if the main destination is Tokyo, what's the points cost? Do they have, how many seats do they have on ANA for you to get to Tokyo? Especially since your starting point is both the same place. What's up, Cesar Joel? What's up, hermano? I just did my creator spotlight on Water Your Soil. I know I've seen you in his lives before. Great guy. Please double check the playback. Key Adventures was in here, and me and Keith S are just chopping it up about a redemption he's trying to do. Almost every day at T14. Wow. That's a nonstop flight. I mean, honestly, okay, here's what I'll say. Even though I've tried the Lufthansa product, now that you're telling me that you have that redemption to go to Tokyo, and it's nonstop, and it's on ANA, I would probably lean towards that if I were you, especially if you have the availability. So that way you don't carve too much into your vacation time. Because I can only imagine, even with a 2-hour layover, New York to Frankfurt, then Frankfurt to Tokyo, that's gonna be a lot of travel time. So you're gonna need to recover from that travel day. So I would probably, I'd probably lean towards the ANA redemption. Sister Joelle says, will do for sure. I've been watching Water Your Soul for 2 years. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I outlined his whole channel and all the things that he has there. So let's see what we have. Shay G says, new to the Points and Miles game, which sites would you recommend for looking for the best redemption? Love the channel, by the way. First of all, thank you so much for coming, and I appreciate you being here. So now, as far as you're talking about looking for sites for redemptions, the best booking portals that I have used are 3 of them. Now, Avianca is good. I suggest it to people who are more deeper in the game because it can be a little convoluted because it's not even Avianca. You have to go through lifemiles.com. But my top 3 are Aeroplan to book Star Alliance flights, British Airways, a mix of British Airways and American, because American has an availability calendar that you can use. It's very useful. And then British Airways is actually transfer partners with pretty much everybody. So you can pool points very quickly. And then the third one for my SkyTeam redemptions is none other than Virgin Atlantic. You can look at for availability through there to fly either Delta Metal or other SkyTeam partner metal from Delta hubs all over the place, depending on where you live. So those would be my top 3. Virgin Atlantic, so Virgin, Aeroplan, and British Airways. So let's see here. What else do we have? Just 15. Woodsy, little late, what we talking about today? Woodsy, I just did a creator spotlight on the YouTube channel Water Your Soil. The creator Darnell, who is also an author, who also runs a website, does credit counseling, does credit card reviews, almost 7,500 subs, and he's just been in the game for a couple of years, just pounding out great content. And I just want to make sure that he was recognized. So Keith S says, NYC to Frankfurt to Tokyo to JFK to Tokyo. Okay. Yeah, 31 hours. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Yeah, that's rough. That JFK to Tokyo 14 hours though, I like that one better. I definitely like that one better, especially with that room, that first class product. If you can find something coming back, definitely I would lean towards that. As far as the New York to Haneda route going via Europe, the only way I would suggest that is if you can do that and have a day in between in Germany. Like when I came back from Italy, I went from Rome to Frankfurt. I actually stayed the night before we headed over to Detroit. And I just feel like your body reacts better to that instead of the hustle and bustle, because there's nothing like having to recover from a flight. Because when I flew to Italy, I went up to Atlanta, stayed the night, and I went from Atlanta to Paris, and then our plane got delayed, and then from Paris to Milan, and by the time we got to the room, all we wanted to do was go to sleep. It was rough. So yeah, it gets real. With time changes and everything, I'm saying maybe 17, 18 hours it took, because we had to drive to Como to get to the hotel. How'd I book the extra day? Okay, so what I did was I actually matched it in Aeroplan, and I looked at the layover, and I had a 19-hour layover. So what ended up happening is, because the layover was so long, it made the availability even greater, and I just found the corresponding products. So when we flew out of Leonardo da Vinci, we were business class, and over in Europe, and I'm sure you probably know this, when you fly business class in Europe amongst those countries, since it is technically still international travel, they give you basically poor man's business class. So they'll have like an A321 or something like that, like a regular passenger jet. And what they'll do is they'll sit one person at the window and one in the aisle, and they will leave the middle seat unoccupied. And then you get all the accoutrements of business class, the alcohol and the food and everything that comes with it, until they put you on a long range bird. What am I drinking? Oh, I'm just drinking the sparkling water. That's it, because after I do this, I'm gonna go to the gym, and I wanna get a sweat before I get cleaned up and hit the showers for bed, because I gotta get up early. So I don't that alcohol after Vegas, just let it go. Trying to do a little cleanse. Woodsy says, in the Discord I mentioned, I just booked Gatlinburg at Tapestry Hilton. My boss just sent me the money to pay in full for it. So free 30K Hilton points for a family mini vacation. That is absolutely wonderful. And I've heard good things about both the Tapestry and Curio brands for Hilton. I know everybody talks about the Conrad and the Waldorf, but the Curio and Tapestries have actually, I've never heard anything bad about them. I don't know if you stayed at one before, but they are pretty good. So I know you're gonna enjoy that. Hey, Steven, what's up? Friend of the channel, Steven Marcosili in the house. I think everybody like fumbles on your name, and I hope I'm not one of the ones fumbling on it as well. You ask, what do you think of the MGM Grand in Vegas? Have you seen the Sphere? Actually, we booked a redemption back in December, right? We decided we wanted to do mom and dad getaway. So me and the wife, we were actually just there like 2 weeks ago. Turns out our stay butted right up against Super Bowl weekend. So yeah, the Sphere is live, it is working, and it is gigantic. I've actually been to Vegas a few times. I think it was live when we were at the creator meetup, and it was also there when I was there in June. So yeah, the Sphere is up, and it's pretty cool what they can do with that thing, but I can see why they put it like so far off the Strip because it will very easily distract people. So as far as the MGM goes, the MGM Grand is one of the few MGM hotels I have not stayed at. I've actually stayed at the Excalibur. This was my second time at the Aria. I stayed at the Bellagio. And I like the MGM product. So I would say that if you're looking for, like a taste of Vegas luxury, definitely book the MGM Grand. They have a great casino space, huge convention centers, and the shows that they have. And they actually have the Tap Bar Room. It's a restaurant down on the casino floor that has great food. Woodsy says, I stayed at a Curio. It's my first Tapestry, and of course, the next creator meetup, I booked the Waldorf with the FNC and 160K. Well, good. Woodsy, me and you are going to be staying at the same place. I will be there as well because I, too, used the FNC and some points. Keith S. says, Chad, 5 Hilton FNC. Where are you going? Could you book 5 days in a row? If you have the free night credits and they're yours, you can book as long as they have the availability. When you call and they have the availability, they will give them to you. Would I use all 5? Yes and no. I would use them, yes, if the place is so expensive that there's no way I would pay cash for it. Because since they have dynamic pricing, if I would pay cash for it, chances are the points prices are probably insane. Now, the time when I wouldn't use it is if I could conceivably use points to book some of those nights, and then I can save the FNCs for something else if I had to use 2 or 3 as opposed to the whole 5. So where would I go? First on the list, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to, period, I would go back to Lake Como. I would go back to the Hilton Lake Como. I would burn to at the very least, I would burn 3 free night credits there. And I wouldn't even think about it. I would sleep like a baby at night. The Hilton Lake Como is by far one of my favorite Hilton locations I've ever been. One of my favorite places in the world I have ever been to, the Hilton Lake Como. If I had like a once in a lifetime, Bora Bora, Fiji, Maldives type, something that, you don't even plan a yearly trip to, then yeah, I would use more FNCs. But I'm telling you, the Hilton Lake Como, I love that place. It is relaxing. It is therapeutic. The architecture, everything about it. It used to be a silk factory, and they built onto it, and they nestled it in the hills. The restaurant's great. Staff is wonderful. And then literally, you just cross the street, and you walk the track all the way around Lake Como behind all of the Italian villas, and you actually walk right into downtown. Or you can walk around and go to the funicular and go up the mountain and see a bird's eye view of, some of the towns like Venera and Bellagio and such. Let's see here. Yeah, you gotta have a points booking for that. You gotta have a points booking for that. But I mean, if you're gonna stay, I'm telling you, man, that's where I would go. I have 3 FNCs that I have 7 months left on. And I can find 2 to 3 more certs for if I dedicate spend to it. Okay, so you have 3 and you can grab 2 more if you put the spend on it. Okay. So if you put the spend on it, if you have 3 already, I don't know where you will go in the interim. Before I went to Lake Como, my favorite Hilton spot was the Hotel 1000 LXR in Seattle. Fantastic, off-the-wall hotel, great steakhouse that is attached to it. And just a wonderful property, period. We were in a corner king suite. So if you can find an LXR property, from what I've been told, there are only 9 in the world. One of them in Seattle. I think like 4 of them are in Doha. So I would look at that. Then there's also the Oceana, I want to say it's the Oceana Santa Monica, if that's the name of the hotel. They average around $600 to $900 a night for a room, but it's in the heart of Santa Monica. Great place, domestic, that you can fly to, get some days over in sunny California. That is also an ideal place, and you are in the thick of it in SoCal. So that is another option. What's another option? Is it the Biltmore, I want to say, in Arizona? I've heard some good things about that. Just throwing that out there. If you have those, I don't know what your specific plans are, but those are some places that A, they are top level resorts. And then B, you can extract the absolute most value out of the free night credits. I'm just saying, if I was in Italy, or as a matter of fact, if I had that many, I might have to take another trip to Italy, because I'm just absolutely in love with the Hilton Lake Como. Backup plan is driving to NYC and partying on a weekend. Okay. I've always wanted to go to the Seychelles. It's funny that you say that. I talked to a guy, and where did he go? They went to the Seychelles, and they said it's gorgeous. They said it's the place. What did he say? He said it's the place that people who want to go to the Maldives don't know that they want to go to. So basically, it's the one that, it's going to take people a little time to realize that that's the spot. So he actually, he described it to me. So yeah, that is a good pick. Going to the Seychelles, I haven't even looked at redemptions here. If I was looking, because the Seychelles are off of Africa, I know the Maldives are in the Indian Ocean. I was looking at South Pacific, and my thing's Fiji, because everybody keeps telling me about Fiji. But Seychelles is also a very good pick. As a matter of fact, I might start looking into stuff for that. Let me write it down on my trusty notepad. Seychelles redemption. We can see if we can put our heads together on that, just in case. Kiki Adventures. DC if you need a list of free activities, but also good party spots. Waldorf in DC for local. Yeah, because didn't the Waldorf in DC used to be like a post office or something? It's one of those, I don't think it's the Conrad. I think it's the Waldorf in DC that used to be a post office. They repurposed it, redesigned it, if I am not mistaken. But I've heard some people say that they want to stay there as well. So that too can be an option. Oh man, I feel bad. I feel like I've been answering questions longer than I did the creator spotlight. But hopefully, if any of you guys bump into Darnell from Water Your Soil, please let him know that I salute him. Please let him know that I appreciate the work that he puts into the community. It has not gone unnoticed, and I hope very much so that he gets that message. So Emirates to the Seychelles. KMT. All right, well, yeah, definitely. We can definitely put our heads together for that. Or unless you're still like diehard going to Tokyo. If you're going to Tokyo, then I've heard also, now Keith, I don't know how old you are. I would assume we're around the same age group. Spoke to a young lady when I was working in Orange County in California, and she said that when you head out to Tokyo, you can fly to Haneda, you can get a local trip to Osaka. She said that if you're not wanting to be around a very conservative group, she says that Tokyo is much more, okay, cool. She said Tokyo is much more conservative, and if you go to Osaka, there's more of a mix of people, and it's a little bit more cosmopolitan. So she said, by all means, if you can get the flight into Tokyo, it would do you well if you want to have a more laid-back atmosphere as opposed to a more conservative and rule-based atmosphere. to head from Tokyo out to Osaka. She said, you will not be sorry. She said, even for me, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not, I'm not a club bug. I'm not trying to be out there in the streets or whatever, but she said it's just a little more fun in Osaka because they've relaxed a little bit more and you get to see a little bit more things, whereas Tokyo is a little more straight-laced. So that is just a pro tip that she gave me that I am passing on to you. So yeah, so we're at 35 minutes. If anybody else has any questions, by all means, please ask them. I'll be editing some videos. We're going to be dropping Chad's perspectives. I'm going to be introducing the new member of my credit card. I don't even know where it is. So I'll be introducing one of the newest members of my credit card collection because my velocity is crazy because I actually got 2 approvals, and we will talk about those in the coming days. So I'm editing that video as well, gonna put it out. These Chad's perspectives are gonna be, some, alternate opinions about the credit card game, as it were, and YouTube as well. So I'm putting that together, and I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. Keith says, thanks, Chad. Either I'm going for a few days, and then I'm going all in for 2 weeks in Japan. All right, man. Hey, well, if you need anything, Keith, if you need anything, you got me on the Discord. Feel free to email me here, and I will help you with whatever it is. I just want to see everybody win, man. I want to see you drop amazing pictures in the Discord. Maybe even start a channel and tell us and then vlog your experience so that we can see it. I'm a big advocate of everybody creating channels. I like to see everybody's experience. I just want to hear different things. Lately, call me crazy, I've just been hearing the same stuff over and over again. And then there's always the trends. First, it's the CSP is God. Then it's, what is it? Everyone hates the gold card. Then the CSR is God. Then what's the newest thing now? Oh, it's January. So is every card under the sun worth it? I just want to hear some different stuff, and I want to showcase people who give me different things, who don't get the shine that they do. So I want to see everybody's opinion. So Keith says, I'm working on my new built sub this weekend. I just got my cards and 5 days to spend. Yeah, some people lucked out and got that sub where they get 5x on certain stuff, right? So I didn't get that. I just got the straight built card when I got it. I still use it. As a matter of fact, I think I used my built card yesterday. And I found it because when I did my heavy metal video where I was dropping all the metal cards, I thought I lost it. It was actually in my curve card box. So I actually found my built card, and it is still live in full effect. So yeah, man, get those 5x points because you got American Airlines, hyper valuable points partner. You got Turkish Miles and Smiles, and you have Hilton going through the built card. I've actually used built points to transfer, not Hilton, the other H, Hyatt. I've actually used points to go to Hyatt from my built card already. Oh, Matt Clausen. Yo, Matt, you have been conspicuously absent. I'm telling you right now, today was live Saturday. Everybody went live today. And I mean everybody. Dugrass went live. Stan went live with Luke. Anthony went live with Constantino. I don't know why I'm forgetting all these people, but everybody went live. So it was crazy. And I was working all day, so like everybody was in my ear the whole day. Keith S says, I'm spending to their platinum status. My 2024 focus on personal spend will be almost exclusively built. Okay, that sounds good to me. Because you have the convertible currency, and on the platinum status, those points transfer bonuses are going to be massively higher for you. And then they just redid their plan. I didn't pay much attention to how they redid the plan because I'll never get status on built because I do not rent, but I love the card and I like what it has available. I like the primary CDW, the cell phone insurance. I like the fact that it gives you things that a card with at least $150 annual fee will give you for free. So that is why I like the Bilt. But yeah, man, get that status. And then on the way, when you get those points, you can leverage them, especially with the Bilt rent days. If they have a transfer bonus to American Airlines, you're good to go. Because in addition to flying ANA, you can take that, you can leverage that for Japan Airlines. Their business and first class products are top level as well. Let's see here. Matt Clausen says, little one's birthday weekend, we threw a party today, finally going home. Well, happy birthday to the little one. I hope all is well, and I hope they had a great birthday. Caesar Joel says, one question, Chad. The meetup going to be on Saturday or Sunday? It is going to be Saturday. Let's talk about the meetup. Now, I've been, this is something that I do need to make more videos of. I need to make Instagram and posts about it as well. The creator meetup in Vegas went over the Labor Day weekend. So we are repeating that, giving people a year. And it's going to be over the Labor Day weekend. That Saturday in Jackson Square. Jackson Square is in the French Quarter of New Orleans. So most people who go and they stay in New Orleans, they stay by the French Quarter because what's there? Bourbon Street. Then you have the steamboats and the wheelboats and so on and so forth. So off of Bourbon Street, there's actually a place called Jackson Square. There's a statue of Andrew Jackson and there's a church there. And you have Cafe Du Monde and Cafe Beignet, some of the famous cafes that are in the French Quarter. And I figure Saturday, we can all meet up in that area so that way we don't have to pay for a meeting space. Even if we go by the Cafe Du Monde, it's like an outside cafe as well. And we can hang out, we can walk Bourbon Street, and just everybody can just link up. And I'm thinking Saturday the 31st is the best time to do it because the next day is the 1st, that Monday is Labor Day, the 2nd. Now, I'm gonna be there from the 30th to the 2nd, probably leave on Labor Day. It's a long weekend for work, so it will make my travel easier. But yeah, I need to put that on there. So like when I get into live feeds and things of that nature, I normally let people know New Orleans 2024 Labor Day weekend. So I'm just putting it out there for the next credit card creator meetup. And then of course, Cesar 2025 Puerto Rico. I'm down to come to Puerto Rico. Cause if you didn't say Puerto Rico, my wife was actually talking to me when we were in Vegas and she was like, okay, you guys can try New Orleans, but if you keep it in Vegas, everybody knows where to go. It's a party town and you can make it standard. But if you want to do Puerto Rico in 2025, brother, I'm behind you 1000%. I've never been and I've always liked to go to Puerto Rico. So let me know something. Let's see here. Okay, Matt Clausen says, all well and discovered she had no issue flying. That was amazing to learn. Good. So you don't have any problem traveling with kids. Kids don't have any problem traveling with you. That is fantastic. Cesar Joel says, thanks for the info, Chad. I want to plan a 2025 creator meetup in Puerto Rico. By all means, plan it. Let me know. I will show up. I'll bring the wife out because I don't think she's ever been to Puerto Rico. We will come out. We will be there. Of course, you know we're going to stay at the Hilton in your honor. And yeah, we'll make it right. We'll make it happen. Keith S. says, I'm pulling back my annual fee spend and using the funds to manufacture spend plastic and taxes towards platinum. That's where my budget is going. Restaurant card 2. All recurring spend, move to a 2x rent day. Hey man, that sounds like a plan. You are gonna have a ton of Bilt points and you will be the envy of the people around you because in addition to be able to stay at places with Hyatt, I'm telling you, American Airlines, I've really been digging into their program. And I've been digging into all the ways you can earn the loyalty points in order to excel in their program and their partners. And I tell you what, One World Emerald status, which gets you first class lounge access, even if you're flying business class, it's worth its weight in gold. So you are on the right track. Matt Clausen says, got to figure out times for meetup. I'm flying out that, I think I'm flying out that morning. You're leaving that Saturday, Matt? Or are you getting in that Saturday? Let me know. We can work something out. Sister says, I got some great places to do it that you will all enjoy. I'll rent a bus. Tampa Travel. Welcome, Tampa Travel. Tampa Travel says, hopefully the new Wells Journey card will have American as a partner. This is me crossing my fingers because I've actually spoken about this with John. I've spoken about this with Matt Clausen. If they just mirror the Bilt card, since they're a stakeholder in Bilt and leverage those business relationships, that you'd be surprised the stunning amount of people who that would please. So I don't know what they're dragging their feet for, but whatever. You know what I mean? I hope that American is a partner. I have the autograph card. I have the sign-up bonus. I got like 30-something thousand points. I have the active cash. And, you know, if I need to, I can ramp up spend with them to build up points and just have another transferable currency platform out there for people to take advantage of, and they will come. Trust me, Wells Fargo will not be as unpopular then once people see that they can leverage something and actually make some money off of it. Keith S. says, Bilt MasterCard works on AA Simply Miles site. Yes, it does, because I have my Bilt card loaded to there. I have it loaded to American Airlines Shopping and American Airlines Dining. So whenever I use it, all of those trigger. Sister Joelle says, I arrive on Friday and leave Monday for the NOLA meetup. Okay, perfect. Me and you will be on the same schedule because that's when I'm planning to come out. Because I have a free night certificate that I'm using for my brand Explorer for Hyatt. I'm going to use that at the Hyatt Centric, and then I'm staying the rest of the days at the Waldorf. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time. I mean, after that Saturday, we all break off, we do our things. And I mean, normally groups form up and what have you, but, you know, we can check out the Crescent City. Matt Clausen says, I'm either looking at a crazy late Friday night or crazy early Saturday flight in. So now, okay. Now, on Saturday, if you do Saturday night, right around that time in September, that is going to come into the part where it starts to get dark a little earlier. So even if we do a late afternoon, it'll probably be duskish, probably going into the nighttime. So, I mean, even if you come in regardless of either one you come in on, you should be good and rested and ready to meet up with everybody. So you should be good to go, Matt. So yeah, come out there. Saturday should work for everybody because nobody should be flying conceivably during the meat of Saturday. Like not in, like maybe on the fringes of the Saturday day, but not in the middle because that's rough. All right. Okay, so we all gonna be at the same place. I mean, if we all stay at the Waldorf, because I think everybody said they're staying there, except for Matt. He's staying somewhere else, but I mean, enough of us stay at the Waldorf. We might as well just, you know, see who has the biggest room and hang out there. But we'll see how all of that works out. So, we are closing in on 50 minutes. I want to thank everybody who's come out, showed support, came through to the live. I appreciate it. And as a recap, this live is centered around Darnell from Water Your Soil. He's been doing great work in the community as far as credit and credit cards go. He has a website, wateryoursoil.com, where you can actually get, and I am not sponsored by him, but where you can actually get credit counseling from him. He specializes in teaching people about credit, how to rebuild credit, how to establish credit. And on his YouTube channel, you can see everything from the Discover Secured to the Amex Platinum. He shows you how to apply for the cards. He does card reviews for different card lineups. He also does travel and airport lounge vlogging, so you can see some like stadiums that he's reviewed, some airport lounges that he's reviewed, and some comparisons as well. Guy has almost got 7,500 subscribers. He's just entered into the live space, and he's very knowledgeable about both credit and credit cards. You don't hear his name a lot in the community, and this is something that I intend to change. So please check out Darnell from Water Your Soil. Keith S., my amazing moderator, has dropped his link in the chat. By all means, please go there, have a look-see, have a look around, subscribe, show some love, tell him I sent you. So, let's see here. I mean, looking crazy. Matt says, I'll be lifting around at 10x plus 2x. Absolutely. But once you get into the French Quarter, I'm going to tell you there's actually a street. So in the French Quarter, the streets get extremely narrow. But then outside of it, you cross this one main street and like you go by like Gervais and all of that where the Hilton Garden Inn is, and like all around there, it's good to lift, but for the most part, bro, you're gonna be walking. I mean, it's just easier to walk. And you'll probably lift in from the airport though, so that'll be a good opportunity for it. Right, Keith S. says the Hyatt at JFK is supposedly nice. I've never stayed there. I've never stayed at any JFK airport because since I'm from New York and I used to live in New York, there's never really been a point for me to stay at them. Matt Clausen says, I'm seriously considering a night at the TWA Hotel. I've only seen one review of the TWA Hotel, but they said like as like a nostalgia piece, if you're into nostalgia, especially if you're into aerospace history, it's definitely worth staying at. That is what I've told. That's what I've been told. Keith S. says it's a Category 4 hotel, so you can use the FNC at Hyatt JFK. Okay, well, I mean, that's something to think about if I want to stay in Queens. Normally, I just go there. I hop on a train to Brooklyn, or I just head right out there. But that is good to know, just in case I have a layover. If I have like a day layover from doing some international travel and I'm positioning to JFK, that is good to know. I appreciate that. Category 4s, I don't mind Category 4 hotels. I think they're pretty decent, even for the Hyatt brand. I mean, I stayed at a Category 8, which was beyond, but I mean, Category 4 is good enough for me. Call me Lonnie in the house. Leonie Carter, oh, have not seen you in a while. How's things out in Vegas? I hope things are well with you. DJ October says, wow, I am lucky to have caught 3 lives today. Hope all is well. Are you traveling still or at home? I am actually traveling. I'm in Nebraska. I don't stay home. Like when I came from Italy, I left, I went to Denver. Then I came from Denver, I went to Las Vegas. Then I came from Las Vegas. Now I'm here in Nebraska. So Keith S. says, I've never stayed at Hyatt JFK, but I've redeemed some points for other people who really enjoy the Hyatt there. Good. I wonder where it's situated though, because I know I'm thinking of the JFK layout, and it's probably shuttled off. Because I know once you come off on that highway, once you come off on that highway, I think I might know where it is. Coming out of JFK. Also, went to LaGuardia Airport, and they've redesigned that airport, and it doesn't look like the dump that it used to look like. So I was just recently at LaGuardia Airport on a connection. So yeah, they have a massive Delta Sky Club, which I've done a live feed from. It is reminiscent of the one from Salt Lake City. I did not go to the Amex Centurion because I was flying Delta, and I didn't want to have to go out and go through security again because it's over in the terminal where the United flights go out at. John, I'm telling you, man, you guys got something special planned for next weekend. John, the other magnificent moderator, is in the house. Call me Lonnie. Hey, Matt. Hey, Caesar. Hey, John. Hey, Lonnie, thank you so much for joining me. I was just recapping Water Your Soil as the channel that I am featuring on today's Creator Spotlight. Now, also, just for everybody who missed it, because pretty much me and Keith were talking when I first came in, is that I was actually traveling Friday, and my day started at 3 in the morning and ended at 10 at night. I was so exhausted that it wasn't until today in the middle of my shift that I remembered that I did not do a creator spotlight. And it's the first one I've missed since I started doing them. And so I literally just got started after I ate something and got back to my hotel. I still got to go to the gym. I still got to, wash up from work and everything. But I wanted to make sure I get this out and talk to you guys about Water Your Soil and everything that Darnell, the purveyor of Water Your Soil, is doing, and how, more people need to know what he's doing, because he's got good work. Matt Clausen says, I do not miss Nebraska, though I'll go back to Omaha. Yeah, I flew into Omaha, went through Lincoln. I'm like right in the center of Nebraska. I'm actually at a town I used to work in before. So like I'm like dead center here. So it's all right. I'm just I'm working a hospital here, getting them up and live and ready. So yeah, that is my current situation. It's at Resorts World on Rockaway Boulevard. I knew it, because I went to Resorts World with my sister, and I had a feeling it was that way. Because, and anyone who doesn't know what Resorts World is, it's a casino that they built out there. I think a Chinese consortium built it, and you can go do some gambling, and they have own separate bus routes that go there. So yeah, Resorts World is big. Grand Isles? No, I'm right outside of Grand Island. I'm over in Kearney. So I'm about, I want to say an hour west of Grand Island. Because when I drove out here the first time, that's where I used to have to go to charge my car. So yeah, that's where I am. Resorts World, get that out of the flyover country. Yeah, man, I'm definitely in flyover country, but yeah, flights are always on my mind. I am always ready to, I'm always ready to make a flight. I'm always ready to do something. Ramen noodles. Can you say, okay, Sabrina. See how easy that was? Sabrina. I used to know a girl named Sabrina. Actually, I still know her. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty much because I'm not surprised that you're that close. I did say central Nebraska. If you've ever been here before, you know that there's one highway that goes straight through, and that's 80, and you start getting around the center, and yeah, it's a pretty straight shot. Let's see here. All right. So, as a recap, Creator Spotlight, Water Your Soil. Me and Keith are going to work on a redemption for the Seychelles, or at least I'm going to look into one. We're going to figure something out for his Tokyo adventure. I want to thank everybody who came through. Keith S. Okay, Roman Noodles. Podcast recap. Call Me Lonnie. Matt Clausen. Kiki's Adventures. John. Who else came through? Cesar Joel. All day, every day. That's the big homie. DJ October. Ivan. You know, you're always welcome. Leonie Carter came through. Haven't seen her in a minute. You know, it's great to see you again. Steve Marcasilli, sorry. Steve Marcasilli, thank you so much for coming out, showing some support, showing some love. Woodsy, and I think that is everybody. Oh, Shay G and Tampa Travel. Now that should be everybody. Thank you so much for coming through, for showing some love. I appreciate you guys joining me to highlight my creators. We got to keep this community going, and it needs to include everybody, not just a few people. So hopefully you guys check out Water Your Soil. Cesar Joel says he's been watching him for over 2 years. I'm a longtime subscriber. Kiki's Adventures, she just subscribed last week. So he's definitely onto something. Great guy. You ought to check him out. Always shows love, so I love to show love back. So just wanted to show you guys that. And this live has gone well. I appreciate John and Keith S. for being great moderators, in addition to Matt Clausen as well. And like I said, Keith, you need anything, I am here for you. I am all about the community, man. So thank you guys. Oh, wait a minute. My world. Here we go. Thank you. First time here. Interesting and informative. Just want to see what your channel is about. Appreciate it. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for coming through, and thank you for saying hello. By all means, check out the channels, check out the videos that I have. I have playlists for people getting into points, for travel, all sorts of things. If the Money Minute series is actually still there as well. So welcome, and thank you very much for being here. But yeah, I'm gonna be signing off here, gonna hit the gym, and then I'm gonna hit the bed because I gotta be up at 4 something in the morning. But yeah, so that's a recap of everything that we did. Remember, I'm here, I'm doing these redemptions, gonna be cataloging it. I'm working on a huge recap of our 10-day Italy adventure, complete with repositioning flights. So that's gonna take a while. Got videos coming out. And once again, thank you everybody for coming through, because you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here. So I can't thank you enough for that. I do not count milestones because each and every one of you is, oh, and call me Lonnie. I didn't name him. I don't count milestones because each and every one of you is a milestone, and I appreciate you and thank you so much. So everybody, this is me signing off.